had some great consultations this week. Some great consultations this week. Got to talk to some wonderful people. Got a chance to really talk to them and listen to them and be able to advise them. And honestly, when I do these consult sessions, I learn more from the people that I'm talking to. I learn from them and they learn from me. But one of the common things I see is that a lot of people, the most common thing, they do have BMI and they have copyright. What's up, Slanted Eyes? Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. One of the things that I don't see a lot of is a lot of people they don't have a publishing company, and they think that some people think that copyright is it protects their publishing. But only thing copyright does is just proves that you own the material. That's all copyright does. Y'all know we in here. We got the lime water. We got the mint. We got the cucumbers. You already know it. You already know we got it going. Good morning. Good morning. Grand rising, everybody. Grand rising. And of course, you know, we got the protein shake in the building. The blueberries, the protein shake. And we got the cucumbers. And we got the kiwi in here. And the almond milk. Y'all know what do it. But anyway, like I said, a lot of people are under the assumption that the Copyright Office is what they get their royalties from. The Copyright Office does only one thing. Well, they don't just do one thing, but their main thing that they do is they just prove ownership. Thank you so much for being here, Slanted Eyes. Thank you so much. They prove ownership. That's what copyright does. Now, PROs like BMI and ASCAP, those are the ones that collect your royalties. But if you don't have a publishing company, then you either letting BMI administer your publishing, or either you're letting the person you're submitting your music to administer your publishing. And I want to tell you one thing about that. Whoever is administering the publishing, they're entitled to the master rights. Now, they can share them with you if they want to. And what's up, T Green? Thank you so much for being here. They can share them with you if they want to, or they can take the royalties and keep them all to themselves. My object on this is to get you educated in your music past just posting. What's up, Diane? Thank you for being here. What's up, Chris Portier? Thank you, Portier. P-O-T-I-E-R. Thank you so much for being here. My object for doing this broadcast is to help you become wiser in your music. Business. Not where to post. I mean, where to upload music. What you are doing when you do upload music. Do you read the terms and conditions when you upload your music? Do you read the terms and conditions from these sites? When you're dealing with Suno, do you read what's up, Destiny? Thank you for being here. Do you read the terms and conditions when you're getting AI to make your music? When you're getting AI to master your music? Make sure you read all the terms and conditions and listen for these words: in perpetuity, publishing, administer publishing. If you ever sign up to a site and they ask you, do you have a publisher? It's because they want to be your publisher. And if they're your publisher, they get a chance, they have the right to collect your master rights because they're pushing it out to the public. You get the rights on the artist side, the music side, the composition, but they get the master rights as far as saying how much they get and how much you get on the master side. Because a lot of people don't understand that there are two sides of publishing. There are two 100% pots, one for the artist or the music and one for the publishing or the master. What's up, 973 Music? Thank you for being here. I'm going to throw my service bio up here this morning. I have a lot of videos. I have some videos in there. If anybody want to do a one-on-one consultation, I've been having great results with people. I've helped people circumvent signing contracts that will have them bound up for life because they took time to take this consultation. I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of y'all, I'm pretty sure all of y'all just don't know how talented you really are. You really don't understand how much your music is worth. You don't understand how much your music is worth. And if you knew how much it was worth, thank you. You're very welcome for the game. I appreciate you, DT. It's your music is worth a lot of money. Music get paid on many tiers. Let me tell you something now. Me, myself, I'm an EDM producer. I'm an EDM DJ. I make my own music and then I perform it. Matter of fact, I'm performing at the first TikTok festival that I think they're starting either today or tomorrow. I was composing music live yesterday. You can check my profile. But anyway, the thing about it is you have to have a great understanding of what's going on in your music. Now, for me, I write music for film and TV also. And I also write music for internet radio. And I also have music streaming in hotels and bars and spas and stuff like that. And that's why I created these ebooks. They're on my website. And one of them is called Music Supervisors. Those music supervisors are the people that pushes your music to the television stations, to the shopping malls, the internet radio, college radio, brand deals, trade shows, public performers, bars, and all those kind of stuff. Those are the places you can also get paid. Don't just rely on streaming numbers. Streaming numbers is just one little part. Matter of fact, I would advise you to use Spotify and Apple Music and all these places for promotion. And whatever money you get out of it, you get out of it, okay? That's cool. But what you need to do is you need to know that there are other ways that you can get paid off of the same song. I got one track. I've gotten paid 20 ways off of that one track. One track. Thank you so much, Invincible Force. I've gotten paid 20 ways off of one track. And you know why that is? It's because I took time to register it and I submitted it to the right music supervisors. Now, if you check the link in my bio, you can check my link tree out. And on my website, aogfmusic.store, I have ebooks there. I have ebooks for music business contracts. I've got ebooks for music supervisors. I even got ebooks for securing your publishing. You need to know. What's up, Homestead 768? Thank you so much. You need to know. Also, you need to understand and know that you can get your music in the hands of the right people, and you don't need a label to do it, and you can self-administer your own publishing. Thank you, Slanted Eyes. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Y'all share the broadcast. Invite people to come over. Let's talk music business. You know somebody in the music business? I want to help you to stop you from being taken by the system. That's the only thing I'm here to do, to educate you. But I want to educate you so you can become powerful and become the boss of your music. You need to understand. What's up, Nancy? Thank you so much for being here. You need to understand you are the boss of your music. And if you sign it over to somebody, that's up to you. Copyright don't mean that other people can't collect your royalties. It just means you own it. You can own stuff and still not be getting the master side of the royalties. Okay, you'll get the artist side or the music side, but you won't get the master side. You won't get the side that's controlling it. The master side or the publishing side is what control it. The music composition side or the artist side. What's up, Fire Knowledge? Appreciate you so much. Thank you also. So I just want you to understand that. I want you to know that. And a lot of people don't know that about the music business because there's so many tiers to the music business. I'm telling you, it's not just about to put the song out there and they'll know that I did it. And let me give you something right now. I was talking to some guy. Actually, I was talking to a guy and his daughter. And the young lady she asked me a question. I was doing a consultation session. She was asking me, so if I put the music out there, okay, and I don't collect my royalties, don't they hold them for me? Well, thank you, Ashley, for being here. What's up, Alexia? Thank you so much for being here. Yes, they hold them for about 3 years. But after about 3 to 4 years, guess what? They get what they're called black boxed, and they evaporate right back into the system. You'll never see it. Black boxing. It happens every day. It's happening today. A lot of people don't understand it. They're losing YouTube money. They're losing sync money. They're losing public performance money. See, in the music business, you have to claim that it's yours in order for them to pay you. They are not going to search you out. What's up, Sunshine? What's up, Lou? Trey, thank you so much. Let me tell you something. I had this one guy that instructed me a lot about this way back when I first got started. He made a track for the NFL, right? So what happened is they took that track and they used it, but they didn't give him any money. So the judge asked him one thing. I want to see the project files that you created this track with. And when what's up, XIOMI 2023? And when he showed him the project files, he did it in FL Studio and how he created it. He made them pay him, and then he made them other people that took his money, because it was like a $12,000 upfront fee. See, you can get what's called a placement fee. That's the front end money that you can get from dealing with music supervisors. But when you assign somebody else to be your publisher, that money, they'll take that all themselves. Now, some will share with you, but most time, no. That's what they call the front end money. The front end money is like the sync licensing fee that you get. It's a placement fee. It's earnest money, if you will. Okay? To keep you, because they know your music is going to help their broadcast. Because without music, these TV shows are nothing. Nobody's going to watch Love and Hip Hop without music because it's too much dialogue. They're going to need some music in there. to be the catalyst to keep you engaged. And that's what I want to talk to you about. That's what I want to talk to you about. If you want to set up a one-on-one consultation, I do those all the time. I've got one as soon as I get off of here at 10 o'clock. I have another consultation where I'm helping this lady and her husband. And not only do I deal with a music business and helping you get your music registered, I also deal with marketing. Marketing in 2026 is way different than marketing in 2013. Social media is faster now. The shorts have made everything faster, and everybody's attention span is a little shorter. But you can take advantage of that. You can take advantage of that, okay? Like, number one, you as an artist, here's some first, where's my paper at? Here we go. You as an artist, one of the first things you need to do as an artist, I'm gonna write these down so I have them. Education on music publishing and royalties. Ask about your music rights. Amen to that. Now, if anybody want to get a consultation, just DM me. Now, this is what you're gonna need. The first thing you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to turn your artist name into an LLC, a corporation, a limited liability corporation. What that means is the liability that you have as an artist is limited to that artist, and they can't come after your personal money. Now, another thing you're going to need to do, you're going to need a website. And the reason you need a website is because you don't want people on Google and on Spotify and on YouTube and all these places looking at all these other things. Bring them to your website, and people be like, "Well, how are they going to see my stuff from YouTube if they're not on YouTube?" You're going to embed your YouTube on your website. You're going to embed your Spotify on your website. You're going to embed your SoundCloud on your website. You're going to embed all of these places, your Bandcamp, all of this stuff. You're going to embed it onto your website, because once you embed that on your website, and once you pick the right long tail and short tail keywords to put in your metadata on your website, in your description, in your tags, then when Google starts seeing people come over there and share your stuff, and most importantly, spend time over there, then they're going to say, well, these keywords that they have, they become an authority on it. So we have other people on Google searching for this. We're going to send them your way. Okay, you get it? That's why you want to send people to your website. Plus, you want to put a player on your website with your music on it. And because people are not going to have to keep hitting skip and listen to commercials, they're going to appreciate that, because they have to do that everywhere else. If they don't pay, they have to pay not to be advertised to. Basically, that's what it is. But on your site, they don't. So you need a website, okay? And another time, you're going to need to create your own publishing company. Create your own publishing company. You're going to have to create your own publishing company, because you're protecting the biggest end and the control of your music. If you're not the publisher, you're not in control of your music. What's up, Becky? Thank you for being here. If you're not the publisher, you're not in control of your music at all. You still get a check, but you're not going to get all the check. Like Gucci said, y'all get the bag, but y'all cut it in half. You understand what I'm saying? So that's very important that you, as an artist, have your own publishing company. Now, the next thing you need to do is you need to sign yourself to yourself. Thank you for the follow, G baby. Thank you so much. You need to sign yourself to your own publishing company. Be like, well, how the hell do you do that? Once you create the LLC, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the Secretary of State in your state, or whatever state you have your company registered in. I recommend Nevada or Wyoming, because those two people keep you in anonymity, or they keep anonymity. That's what I'm trying to say. They won't tell people, like your family and everything won't be knowing that this is your company. Because when you start rolling in money, people can just search you up under the Freedom of Information Act and find out what you have. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the like also, G Baby HD. So you're going to create what's called a trade name up under your LLC, which you're the artist. So you're going to you've got yourself incorporated. You went to LegalZoom or whatever you've done. You got yourself incorporated. Now you're going to create what's called another trade name up under that. And it's going to be called a DBA, and that's doing business as, and then you're going to title that to be your publishing company. Now, once you create your publishing company, thank you so much for the share. Thank you for joining, Sonny. Now, what's up? What's up, Fatty? What's up? Thank you, G Baby, for liking the live. Now, once you have created and paid your little fee to the Secretary of State to put a trade name up under your corporation, then you're going to write out a contract. You going to write out a contract to yourself, the artist. Because you got to remember, it's 3 people in there now. That's you, the person. That's you, the artist. That's you, the LLC. And then that's you. Actually, it's 4. That's you, the publishing company. Okay? You turn yourself into, every time you create another corporation, you create another you, especially if it's in your name. So you're going to send a contract to yourself and you're going to sign, you're going to relinquish all your publishing over to your publishing company. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate you for being here. And once you relinquish your publishing unto yourself, then you go out and start doing business with these music supervisors. Thank you so much for the heart, me. I appreciate you. Thank you. Who is this? Who that dropped that on there? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Me Flex. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. What is it? Nawe. The God back in the building. We got family back in the building, y'all. Now, this is the type of stuff that would have kept TLC from getting taken. This is the type of stuff that would have helped Salt-N-Pepa from being taken. This is the type of the stuff that will keep all artists from being taken. See, Congress allows record labels to make up their rules according to what Congress allows them, the wiggle room they allow them to have. Now, you as an artist, you're sitting here on this broadcast. What's up, Will Smith? Welcome back to the broadcast. Thank you for the like, Linda. I appreciate you so much. I'm gonna get those pictures to you today, Miss Linda. By the end of the day, me and my wife gonna put together what we want. And I'm gonna send them to you. Now, you need to know this information. See, this information some artists don't even know. Y'all sitting here on TikTok, okay, getting info. And see, the reason I know it is because I read books by lawyers, and I was taught. And I've been in the film and TV business for over 10 years. I've been making music. I've been creating beats. I've got all kinds of ways to help people. Now, this is how it works right here. On my website, I have ebooks where you can get ebooks to help you in your music business. And I also have an ebook over there that will help you get you some sideline money with brand deals and doing like video surveys on the phone. Thank you for the repros, Nawe. I appreciate that. And gonna need that extra money because you're gonna need to pay for promotion. Don't be afraid to pay to promote to get your stuff out to 40-something thousand people, because they only take one right person to get it. Okay, you only need one good jug. Once you get that one good jug, you're straight. Okay, and I also have ebooks on there with music business contracts. You do not need to be having producers record your music. What's up, Adi? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. You do not need to have producers recording your music or recording you or making you beats without having a contract. And that's why I made all of those ebooks. Is to get you solidified as a music artist. There's more to this game than just uploading music. If you want to get paid, you are going to have to take care of your business. You're going to have to do the same thing the same thing Capitol Records do. You're going to have to do the same thing Warner Music does. There's only one Broadcast Music Incorporated. Ain't no BMI for pro people. Ain't no BMI for starter musicians. Broadcast Music Incorporated is for everybody. In the same company that Capitol Records used, you can use it too to protect your music. Now, I want to tell you about a horror story that I heard. Actually, I'm going to tell you about 2 of them. The first one is Salt-N-Pepa. Take care of your business or hire someone to take care for you. Get it together. They right. And make sure you get them under contract. And before you talk to people about your business or let them hear your music, when you're trying to do stuff with them, make sure you get them under a NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. That means in perpetuity, they cannot, if you put that in the terms, they cannot talk to people about your music. They can't share. What do I think about AI music? Let me pin that one. I'm going to tell you what I think about AI music, because that's going to be part of what I'm talking about. I'm going to pin that comment. What do I think about AI music? Okay. You need to make sure that you're taking care of that. All right. Now, as far as AI music, I've heard some things about Suno in the beginning. They started telling people that they could get to keep the copyright and they can have the commercial rights, which means the right to make money. And what happened is they changed that. They took the copyright away and told them they can have the commercial rights. That means they own it. You're making the music on their platform, but they own your track. See, what I honestly think what's happening is they did all of this so they can get people to create music that they can get their hand in. Ain't nobody giving you nothing for free. If you want something free, you must be dumb. That's why they call it free dumb. Okay, if you better understand that these people are not putting up all this rack space and doing all this coding and paying all these millions of dollars to get AI to learn how to scrape music and to create music for and take your prompts and create music and then just give it to you for free. Okay, now back to Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I saw the video on YouTube. And when they got up and did their speech, Salt and Pepper said they don't even control their music. Salt and Pepper said they have no control over their music. This Push It is not even on stream. Well, back then it wasn't even on streaming platforms when I first heard this story. They're fighting the music industry. They're fighting the music industry to get their publishing, their master side. Millions of dollars that they, probably tens of millions. Okay, tens of millions of dollars. What's up, Valentine? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And they're still in litigation now after all them years. Now, the reason I know something about this is because I'm on Twitch's DJ program, and they allow you to do commercial music. Thank you so much, LTB. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the follow. Also, who that followed? What's up, Steel Vision? Okay. Now, when I went into their DJ program and looked at their music, I could play Push It, but the only Push It I can play is the one that they re-recorded. See, kind of like. Thank you so much, Brenda. Thank you much for being the first time here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, Friday. Yes, it is DJ Magic Vinyl. And what happened is they didn't get any. They won't let me play it. They'll let me play the old version. I mean the newer version and not the old one. It sounds the same, but it's still like the same Salt and Pepper. See, once we get just like re-release it like Taylor Swift. You already know. Heidi. Thank you. He died. Thank you so much. That's how you do it. Re-release it. And that's what they did. But it don't hit just like the old one. And the record label do. Re-recording is horrendous. Well, it is. It really can be. That's why you got to make sure you have your paperwork straight before you start dealing with these people. That's why you got to make sure you got all your stuff locked up. Once you get locked up and suited and booted, then you take your ass out there on the field and start playing football. You don't go out there playing football in your shorts with no shoes on. And these people got on plastic helmets running at 15, 20 miles an hour, knocking you upside your head. Thank you so much, Dollar Bill Dodson. Thank you so much for being here. Now, if anybody is interested in doing a one-on-one consultation, please DM me. Oh, yep, that part. No cleats. That's right. No cleats. That part. Got that right. Please DM me, and we can sit down and do a one-on-one Google session. I do it on Google Meet. And it's also recorded with your permission, and you get a transcript, PDF of it. And so what happens is sound like Tretch out of breath, right? Exactly. And you'll get a copy of the video and you'll get a copy of the transcript for your records. And I go over, I share my computer screen with you, and I just walk you through all these places where you need to go to get yourself certified and bona fide, because in the music business, it takes so many certifications to protect your music, and registration is what I'm really meaning. And make sure you're registered and people know your name, what your music is, and the name of your music, and all of this type of stuff. And they need to know this because it is very, very, very important. It's very important that you have your music and your name registered. Okay. Now, here's another one, French Montana. And I saw this on a video here, and I've also heard it from his own mouth. Some videos he did. He didn't specifically say it like this, but I heard a lawyer break it down. That big hit that French Montana had. Thank you so much, Bombard 12. That big hit that French Montana had. He went 11 times platinum. I think it was like 6.6 billion streams. He generated over, I was about to ask a he generated over, I think it was $6 million. Because the way IRAA has it calculated, you've got to have 150 streams. Thank you so much, Bombard 12. Thank you so much. You've got to have 150 dedicated streams in order for you to be counted as one unit. Okay? In those units, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bombard. I appreciate you. And when you get all of those, when you get the 150 streams, then they give you what, that's like having one record sold. Now, back in the day, you sold one record, that's one record. And we're going to get back to that. We're going to put a thumb pin in that one. And then we're going to come back to having your own stuff on CDs and LPs. But anyway, French Montana, what he did is he signed, from what I've heard, he signed an imprint deal with Bad Boy. Bad Boy signed a joint venture deal. They have a joint venture deal with Sony. So they really don't, it's really not a label. They're just a joint venture with Sony. Okay. Now, what happened is when those $6 point something million came in, Sony took it because guess who had the publishing? The publishing side. Sony. Not Bad Boy, Sony. Because Sony only would do business with Bad Boy is they was allowed to have the master side of the publishing. So what happened is, from what I've come to learn, now what happened is when the $6.6 million came down, Sony got it, and they gave whatever after their administrative costs. Then they gave Bad Boy what they was going to give them if they gave them anything. And then Distro Kid, they too fine print in the publisher. You better believe it. As a matter of fact, Distro Kid is getting sold. They're selling. So y'all watch out. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna get to that. Hold on. Let me get to that D2C, direct to consumer. I'm gonna get back to that. Now, what happens is when that money trickled down, French Montana didn't get nothing. He put up the front money for the recording. He did all the money for the production, and he put the money up for the promo of the video. Now he got some artist money. Don't get me wrong. Okay. Yeah, they get on your nerves. I understand that step by step where everybody's healing. But see, the thing about this, wow, I want to go into singing. I'm being patient step by step while everything else heals. Angel Ward, please DM me and let's set up a one-on-one consultation so I can walk you through this because I'm going to teach you things that people in the music business don't even know. They getting their checks, but they ain't getting the big check. They think they're getting the big check, but they're not. What's up, Ronina? What's up? Thank you so much for being here. What's up, Hannah? What up, fam? Thank you so much for being here. So he didn't get that. He didn't get anything. He didn't get the master thing. He didn't have control of the song even to this day. As people are listening to it now, he's not gonna get their money because he had an imprint deal with somebody that had a joint venture deal with somebody else. Thank you so much, Linda, for sharing the live with the friends. I appreciate it. What hardware am I using? I'm using my cell phone, I'm using my laptop, and I'm using Restream on my laptop that's got me broadcasting out to 3 places. Then I'm here on TikTok on my phone. That's what I'm using. Now, as far as music, what I use FL Studio, if that's what you're asking. So now, what do you need to do as an artist? What do you need to do as an artist? You as an artist, you need to make sure, number one, that you have a plan to get physical media. Because whether you know it or not, I just got an email yesterday. Vinyl has hit a record. Yeah, LPs. Vinyl has hit a record of certain billion units moved of just vinyl. Taylor Swift got her stuff on vinyl. Going Walmart, Kendrick Lamar got his stuff on vinyl. Y'all listen to me. Please listen to me. We are at a renaissance in the music industry right now, and you have a chance to take advantage of this gap. Matter of fact, you have a chance to take advantage. Hip hop and R&B has not had big hits, period. EDM and pop is killing the charts, right? Not in a bad way, but they is running the charts. You have a chance right now to get your music out there because people do not have anything. Walmart is recruiting. Walmart's selling record players. Okay? Walmart's selling record players. Walmart's selling DVD players. Walmart is serving CD players. TikTok is selling MP4 players, MP3 players, and ebook readers. TikTok is selling cassette players. TikTok is selling CD players. TikTok is selling DVD players. TikTok is selling record players. Don't you understand? What's up, Ziggy Brofak? Thank you so much for being here. Don't you understand what that means? You know what that means? You need to get some of your stuff on physical media so you can start selling it out the trunk of your car. You can make more selling one record than you can getting 150 streams. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? And that's another thing. I turn you on to some good duplication houses that will duplicate. Hallelujah. Hallelujah is right. I can get you turn you on to them people. That's why I tell you to set up this consultation. Let's talk. So I can guide you. You can spend 15, 20 years learning this yourself, or you can take my advantage. What's up, what's up? What's up? Or you can take advantage of what I'm telling you and grow. And you can compress time into 2 hours that you would have taken 15 years to learn. Like I said, there's some people in the record industry that don't even know this. There's some people in the record industry that don't even know this. They're not signing themselves. They haven't signed themselves to themselves. They don't know anything about self-publishing administration. Some people don't even know what neighboring rights are in the music industry. But they're making them big. They're making big checks, but they ain't making all the checks that you think they're making because they're not telling you. Been in since what? 2017. Thank you so much, Marquez, thank you so much for the follow. So if you want to get information on how to sign up for BMI, you want to get information on how to sign up for copyright, you want to know how to sign up for all these different PROs, check the link in my bio. I have ebooks over there that you can get that will have the links. I'm doing good today. How are you doing, Miss Linda? Doing real good. What's up, Lou Chang? Thank you so much for being here. And those books will have nothing but they have links in them. Now, I was putting a lot of words in them. People's like it's just too much read. So I said, I tell you what, bless up, y'all. What's up? What's up? I say, I'm just going to put the links in there. You go register. That's the same thing. I got a book with music business contracts. You do not want to be having people recording you, making beats for you, or recording in their studio without a contract. And if they say they don't want to do a contract, that's just too bad. Don't do with them. Good. Brought kiddos to the park, has no school. Oh, yeah, spring break. Happy kiddos, y'all. Hey, happy. I'm glad y'all got out there, Linda. I'm glad you with your babies. I'm glad. I hope y'all having a good time because it is beautiful over here. It's going to almost hit 90 degrees this weekend. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, the music business is hot right now. Because guess what? The internet has made it so easy for people to market their music. It has made it so easy for people to market their music. Because I can reach people across the world in 2 seconds. People used to have to be sending emails, sending mail and sending records and stuff like that. People can listen to your music all over the world right now. But you need to make sure you're taking care of your business. You got to make sure you're taking care of your business. The music business have layers, just like Shrek said, onions have layers, ogres have layers, the youth music business have layers. Don't you think that you're going to just do one thing and that's just going to be it. You've got to sign up for PROs. You got to get your copyright together. You're going to have to create your artist name. If you're going to be in the music business, you're going to have to turn into a music business person, and you can do it. And that's what I'm here to help you do. I don't know. It's just like I'm saying something. Somebody just received something I said. I'm talking about if you came here and you just started taking a different thought about your music and your art. It's not really your music only. I'm talking about your recipes. I'm talking about your designs, Miss Linda, your designs that you make on your cups that are original. You never know which one of them bad boys is going to be hot. Yours need to be, they need to be copyright and trademark. Because if they're not, then another company can take your design and go make millions with it. Because if you're not registered, you don't get it. Okay? I'm talking about poems. I'm talking about recipes. I'm talking about paintings. I'm talking about graphics. Everything that you do, everything that you make that comes from your intellect, you need to license that. Don't sell it to nobody. Don't sell your designs to nobody. License them. Now, I understand when Ms. Linda, she's selling cups. That's different. But I'm saying selling a master copy of it so other people can use it to get commercial, to get a recompense commercially. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you are protected and that you do not sell them your art. You do not sell them your song. Lease them. Somebody wants you to write a song. How do you license it? What do you mean? How do you license DJ? What's up, Bound? Thank you so much for being here. What's up, Wala Clasa? Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, people take pictures and say they are theirs, and so I have to start doing watermark. Hey, do your watermark. There you go. There you go. Do your thing. So the licensing your stuff this is how you license it. You have to come up with an agreement with them, and you have to tell them that fill out the certain terms, how many sales they can make and what they can do. You have to draw up a contract with them the same way you do as a seller. You don't sell nobody no beat without a contract. You don't lease somebody no beat without a contract. You don't do nothing without a contract because a contract keeps track of their con and a contract keeps track of the conditions. ASCAP or BMI or CSAC is 6 of them. It don't really matter. You can choose either one. They all do the same thing. They collect sync royalties. But that's only one level. You're going to need one to collect your YouTube royalties. You're going to need another company. I think I'm going to use Suno to see how it sounds and then go to the studio. Don't publish on Suno. Hey, do whatever. Do however your interviewer telling you. And also, you're going to need protection for your neighboring rights. You're going to need protection and collection for your overseas rights. I got music in the UK. I got music in Singapore. I got music all over the world. But if I didn't have it protected, I wouldn't be getting them checks. I get royalty checks from TV shows, Love and Hip Hop, Total Divas, all these different shows, this, that, Vice, Catfish. Okay, thank you for the repost. I thank you. I appreciate that. And I get those every 3 months. I get paid off reruns while I'm sleeping. I get made money in my sleep. See, the thing about it is music can make you mailbox money. If you don't know what mailbox money is, that's the money you get in your mailbox that you ain't got to get up and work for. because music is an amazing asset. Intellectual property is an amazing asset. They still listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire. They still listening to Michael Jackson. They're still listening to it. And I want you to tell you something. When you go to the grocery store, when you turn on the radio, when you do any of these things like this, when you do all that type of stuff, I want you to understand every time these people, you hear a song, that's a check being wrote. Every time you see on the radio, they writing a check. Now I want you to think about, I'm going to tell you how lucrative the record business is. And this is why I'm bringing this to you. Listen to me. You got, say for instance, in one state, you have 10,000 radio stations. And if you got a hot track, they got to pay you like between $2 and $3 a track. I don't know if they didn't change it or not. It could be up to $5 or $8. Okay? Because the purpose of radio is not for music. The purpose of radio is so advertisers can advertise to the people. The music is just there to keep your ass in sitting there so that they can advertise to you. So they have to break you off some of that ad money. Okay, say for instance, you got 10,000 radio stations, okay? And within them 10,000 radio stations, you getting paid $2 and something a track. So that's a plate. So that's $20,000 for one plate in all of radio stations. Now, what if you're getting paid 5 times a day? So that's $100,000. Now multiply that times every time all 50 states in the union. It's about $1.5 million or more, or $11 million or something like that. That's how the music business works, baby. Every time you hear radio, something on the radio, that's a check being wrote. That ain't just, ooh, that's a nice song. I'll be thinking, then there's another check. That's another check. And if y'all want to set up a one-on-one consultation, I'm going to be coming back after afternoon, and I'm going to do another broadcast because I got to do a consultation with a lady today. And there was a problem that came up. She wasn't able to make it. But y'all, thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to come back later. Thank you. What's up, 904 Mister? Thank you for being here. What's up, Stan Shady Show? Y'all DM me if you want to set up a consultation. If you want to get the ebooks, I got a discount link where you can get them 50% off. You can go look at the site. Check the link in my bio. Go to algf.store. You can click my link tree. I got all my links on there. You can go to algfmusic.store. Or if you want to do a deep dive, you can join my community school class, where you can go over there and I can teach you one-on-one through videos how to compose music, how to get your rights together, how to do all these things in the music business that you just did not know of, and none of us know of. None of us knew about it. But I'm here to bring this to you. What's up, Angel Riviera? I will be back after lunch. I'm probably going to start about 12:30 after lunch, and I'm going to do another broadcast, and I'm going to dive deep. So if you got any questions, please write them down now. I'm probably going to do it at lunch because I want y'all to, I want to be able to catch y'all at lunch when you got a break. So I'm gonna be back today. What's up, Bernard Robinson? Thank you so much for being here. I'm DJ Dr. Watts. My partner is Lady G, and we're ambassadors of Good Frequency. The record label is Son of Man Records. The production company and publishing is Sarah and Boaz Publishing and Productions. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all. DM me if you want to set up a one-on-one. DM me if you got some questions. I'm here to help you out. I'm here to help you grow. Be blessed. I'm going to be back a little bit later today. I love you. I got to go do this consultation, and I will be back. And thank you all so much for being here. And I will be seeing y'all in just a moment. So hold on, let me log on to this. Because I see some people trying to fill out the whatchamacallit. So I'm finna go over here while I'm waiting. And I got this my client over here. And I'm finna get this popping. So I'll be seeing y'all a little bit later today, okay? Have a beautiful day. Be blessed and love yourself. And I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to be right back here today. That's why I started this, to help all you young people and older people. And I'm going to tell you, ain't no age to this. You can make music at any age. You can rap at any age. It don't matter. Don't listen to nothing people say. Anybody tell you what you can't do, you tell them Colonel Sanders started selling fried chicken when he was 59, 60 years old. That's when he started his empire. And people still snacking on that chicken. You understand what I'm saying? Age ain't nothing but a number. I ain't talking about when it comes to all that other stuff. I'm talking about when it comes to business. Age ain't nothing but a number. What's up, Rain? I'm finna meet you on over there. I'll holler at y'all. Y'all have a beautiful day. Be blessed. Bye-bye.